Hey everybody, it's Tim with Broken Dice, bringing you a quick little channel update. What we got going on? Not much got accomplished in the last couple of weeks, sorry. I really thought I'd have more of my Peltast done, but I was able to get a couple units done. I'm working on units 3 and 4 right now. They're getting close. Which means I'd have 3 more units of them to do, plus a few that I'm going to convert to unarmored hoplites. Because they got some shields in and transfers in. 3 and 4 are getting close, washes and transfers, shields, and all that kind of stuff. But first unit up, there we go. A lot of gray, a lot of light gray, dark gray, a little off-white, Vallejo paints, Games Workshop washes, and some contrast paints for the browns, and even the shaft of the spears I think is like a Sigor brown. Some heavy flock to the bases, fairly generic on that. I used them on the Sabat bases though, with a little magnet on the bottom, and there's a washer there, then the magnet is inside there, and that way I can that's a little bit different than what I was normally using. I was trying to use up these really tiny magnets that I have, and I'm not digging the process. Not with this. I had to drill holes, and it was way too complicated. I like going back to my standard, like little washer and in the base, and then a magnet on the model itself. But that's what was one unit. Yeah, like I said, I can't say enough about these little Big Man Studios transfers. They're easy to use. Once you do them a few times and you understand your process and just that little delicate cutting action, yeah, they once you get them on the shields and stuff, they're just so wonderful. I don't know what guys did back in the day before these. I mean, if they could freehand stuff like that, wow, kudos to them. But that was one unit. Now this unit, I did all the tunics in blue. It doesn't make any difference because I'm going to mix and match all the models on the different bases anyway all the time. I'm going to have they're going to be like 12 units of these guys. So then they're all different colors and stuff. So I'll be mixing and matching and stuff. So none of the units will be this regimented out in like a color. And not that I don't know that maybe they did do some of that. Who knows? I don't know. I've never read anything that says, well, they were always only in white tunics. I'm like Romans. They were always only in red tunics. Really? Just because we kind of find a few of them in a gravesite, we just make the grand leap that's that's what was done. I don't know. Well, it's same process. This is a Vallejo blue. They're just the regular dark blue. It's nothing fancy. Washes, dark skin tone though. I go with a really dark skin tone. One of the things I am finding out is I'm not digging. I know why they have to do it. I know why they make the spear in this scale. Because making a thinner plastic one would just be a nightmare. Because there's probably some mathematical formula that goes along with how much you can actually use and how small of a piece you can make, where it would be economically feasible. So here we have one of my guys I'm working on. He's got the big spear, the big thick one, and this one has like one of the spears from the Perry twins. And I don't know if you can see very well on this camera. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. How different in mass they are. And this is the metal one, and this is the plastic one. Visually, I really like the metal one better. I understand why they have to do it in plastic. I would assume it has something to do with they have to have a certain amount. Oh, excuse me, guys. A certain amount of mass and all that kind of stuff with it. But yeah, it push comes to shove, I'm going to use them up as much as I can. But I think in the future I will be using as many of these the metal spears as I can, just because it doesn't look. I'd hate to have to carry something that big. I don't even know if I could carry it in one hand. In proportionality, it would be interesting if somebody could show that. I think that would be absolutely a riot to show somebody trying to heft a human-sized proportional spear that is like that. That would be hilarious. I just think that would be funny. Did get some things in. Got some new Sabat bases. Some more, not necessarily new for me. I've got a lot of these. This is a 6x3. Now this is like a unit base because you can tell in the difference between on this Sabat base, you can see that they're divided by a little piece of wood with the little round circles. On this one, they're not. So this would be more like open order, skirmishers, that sort of thing. This one would represent more of a ranked up unit. So, because the bases will be touching. And I have really, I know a lot of people like for their rank and flank armies and stuff. And I used to believe this too, really down to deep in my soul, that square bases were better. But it only matters when your rules dictate it to be so. That there is something that operates within the rule system that requires that minute separation, that corner to corner stuff. You know what I'm talking about. But for the most part, I mean, the math really doesn't change that much. I mean, if we have to get down to those sort of things, are we really having a good time gaming? I don't know. What I like about the round bases in a formed up unit is that slight ability to twist that model a little bit. You know, because sometimes, even when I go on my traditional, my phalanx blocks of 40 guys, even when you're putting them on 40 millimeter by 40 millimeter bases, you have to do that a little bit sometimes to get them to line up on that base just right. And then you got to worry about the front guys. How are they going to fit with the guys with the bases in front of them? So having them on these little round bases works for me, especially like in a big ranked up unit. It is an option, and it's one I'm exploring more and more. I don't know about something like this of 40 models, but I don't know why it wouldn't work or why it wouldn't look right. So that might be something I'm going to explore a little bit later on when I do other armies and stuff. That's enough about what I'm doing. I got some 54s on the shelf, got just a few colors on them. There's really nothing to show on those guys at all. Let me know what you think about these spears and stuff, and how often you replace your broken ones with the metal ones, because I often do. I hope everybody stays safe, stay well. Hope all your projects are going good. Been watching a lot of videos while I've been down here painting. I just haven't had a chance to reply to all of them, but stellar work by everybody. Man, sometimes when I see some of the great work out there, I feel like a monkey with a big old paintbrush. I mean, sometimes I just don't feel like I'm keeping up. I'm making progress for myself, which is important. I have to make sure that I'm progressing in these little baby steps and not take it too seriously. But everybody stay safe, stay well. That's enough of that. I'll see you next week, hopefully with more Peltast done and maybe a 54 millimeter done. I don't know how much work I'm going to get done on that. I've got a lot of stuff I've got to do this week. Patio, deck, all those grown-up projects. I'll see you next time. Stay safe and stay well. See ya.